Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is London Tay coming to you today with another video. In today's video, I am going to show you guys how I did these bob faux locks, butterfly faux locks in 3 hours, y'all. All it took was 3 hours for me to do this style. And I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks on how I did this style. Honestly, it was a little less than 3 hours, but I'm going to show you guys and tell you guys what I do and what I did to get this style done in a short amount of time, okay? So I'm starting her hair off. It's not even freshly washed. It's not even freshly washed hair, but it is semi-straight natural hair, okay? This is my niece who I did that bob style on, okay? And yeah, guys, so the first type of tip or trick that I can give you guys would be the parts. You don't want the parts super small. I don't like to do the parts super small anyways, but that is definitely one of those tips and tricks that you need to know. If you make the parting smaller, you have more locks to do, thus it will take longer to do, okay? So bigger parts always work better, okay? Another tip that I did and that I used was I did not add any synthetic hair or any fake hair to the braid base, okay? To cut down time, when you're adding hair to the braid and have to stop and add hair and braid that in, that takes up more time. But if you can just free parts and put that braid in using their own hair, that definitely cuts down time, okay? And that tip goes into the next tip. Free part the parts, okay? That half moon shape that you're seeing I'm doing, that is called free parts. Rectangle parts, diamond parts, all of those different other parts, those take longer to do because you have to be more precise with the parting, and you got to make sure everything's even and lines up right, okay? So yeah, free part definitely decreases the amount of time it takes to do those. So guys, what I tested myself today whenever I did these locks, because in general, honestly, these locks take about 4 to 6 hours depending on how thick, thin, and everything the person's hair is. So it will be different depending on the person. However, it shouldn't be too far off of a difference depending on no matter what the client and no matter how the client's hair is, okay? So I timed myself when I did this style, especially when it comes to the braiding part. Whenever you're doing the box braids, you're going to want to time yourself. You're not going to want to exceed 30 to 45 minutes when it comes to that. Whenever you start reaching an hour and a half, 2 hours to braid the base down, it takes a long time for your style to be complete. So you're going to want to make sure that you decrease the amount of time that you're spending on braiding the base down, okay? So yeah, so I timed myself when it came to how long it took me to braid a braid and how long it would take me to install the lock, okay? It took me about 20 seconds to braid the base down when it comes to the braids, and it took me about 1.5 to 2 minutes to do a lock. So just do the time. That basically, it measures up. Now, sometimes it does take me another minute or so for the locks, depending on how long and etc. the lock is. But yeah, guys, so basically timing yourself will definitely help to decrease time so you can kind of get a generalization of how long you're taking when it comes to each part of a hairstyle that you are doing, okay? Another tip to decrease time would be to pre-section and pre-fluff out your lock hair, okay? I did not pre-fluff out the hair. However, I did have my niece pre-fluff the hair out for me as I was going, okay? That helps decrease the time in significance, okay? I mean, it can decrease the time by 30 to 45 minutes. So if you have a lot of clients back to back, or even if you're doing the styling yourself and you don't want it to take all day, or you're doing the style on a family member and you don't want it to take all day, that is a perfect tip to use. Pre-fluff the hair out before you install it, okay? One another tip that I can add, make sure the hair is detangled through, okay? If your hair is the client's hair isn't detangled, guys, it's going to take a lot longer because you're going to have to literally part through a forest, you know what I'm saying? Which takes a lot longer, especially if you can't see the roots, and then you gotta comb as you go, you gotta detangle as you go. That definitely helps to decrease the amount of time if the hair is already detangled through. Another tip, guys, not use nail glue. So in my other videos, you guys have seen that I do use nail glue. However, this is a different type of hair that I am using this time. I'm using spring twist hair. I never use spring twist. I always use a passion twist or a water wave hair, okay? But this hair was provided to me by a company. And yeah, so I decided to use the hair because it was already here. Not using nail glue works, especially for spring twist hair, because you literally can just wrap on top of the hair itself and it will stay. Now, I'm not saying that passion twist hair won't stay, but it has a looser curl pattern and it is more silkier, so it will increase the chances of unraveling and slippage if you do not seal it with nail glue, okay? So yeah, that's basically the tips that I can give you guys, you know, to decrease the time that you spend on doing these locks, okay? Longer lifts will take longer because it's longer lifts, okay? This just only reference to bob locks, okay? Like I said, I did this style in about 2 hours and 50 minutes, okay? So yeah, that is basically what I need to tell you guys. Yeah, so this is okay. So let's go into the style now. Okay, let's go into what's going on. What am I doing? I'm using the spring twist hair. I use 6 packs of the color 1B. Okay, I did about 44 locks in her head. When you start reaching the 50 lock range, it's gonna take longer. You're gonna use more hair because it's more locks. It just only makes sense, right? So yeah, I'm using the spring twist hair, and I'm using the same method when it comes to how I use the passion twist hair, okay? This hair is a lot thicker, it's more coarse, it's more curlier, okay? And it's more drier as well and more dense. So you will get a different look when it comes to this. You won't get a super lightweight look, okay, with the spring twist hair, because like I stated, it is very dense, okay? So yeah, but what I'm doing is the same concept, crocheting the hair through, wrap it 3 times at the root, and then use the thumb method to go throughout the lock. If you want a super specific video, you guys, I have so many lock tutorials out here, okay? So you can just literally go through my playlist and click on one of them. I have the Otis lock styles that we used to do without the butterfly method, and then I have the butterfly method locks as well. So it's up to you what you want to use when it comes to how you want to, you know, do the style. Right here, I am showing you guys how I, you know, shorten the lock. I do make mistakes. Sometimes the lock is shorter and etc. I will do a whole separate video on how to make a lock longer, but I do have a video on how to shorten a lock when you mess up on the length, okay? So yeah, guys, I like to stick my thumb through almost every single turn. That gives it a super bubbly effect, and it gives it more texture and more distressedness. And in order to secure that loop, you're going to want to wrap on top of the loop before you get to the loop, and then you're going to want to wrap after the loop. That in turn secures the loop, period, okay? Also, since her hair was straightened kind of underneath the locks, I did get a little slippage. So when it starts getting to a point where I don't know if the lock may slip, even though it's rough textured hair, I do slide the hair up the shaft, slide the lock up, you know, like maybe in the middle of me wrapping, just to make sure that it's tight and make sure it's not already slipping down. So you'll see me kind of push the hair up towards the roots just to make sure that it's, you know, not slipping down already and the lock is not super loose already, okay? So yeah, and then I use 2 strands per lock of hair, okay? Once I get to the top, I do tend to use more hair, so I end up using like 2.5 pieces per lock, because the top strands are longer than the back strands of hair, okay? Yeah, guys, so that's literally what I do. I stick my thumb through every single time, and I just kind of go before my thumb and after my thumb, and it just works out that way. I am going to slow some parts down, zoom some parts in, zoom some parts out, give you guys different angles, etc. But yes, guys, this style took me that long, y'all, that long. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of commentary before you're enjoying the rest of I can't even talk today. Dang. Before you enjoy the rest of this video, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Love y'all. Bye. Oh, subscribe. Don't forget. Don't play like that. Subscribe. Okay. Bye. Bye, y'all. Love y'all.
Babe.